Robbie, a big congratulations and a big welcome to Gloucestershire Cricket, the club's new lead bowling coach. First of all, what's it like to come on board?
Um, it's my first day is not till January, but I've been around the summer in the 50 over stuff and the last month of county cricket, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. The guys have been a delight to work with. It's a mixture of very young, enthusiastic players and some not so older heads, and the likes of David Payne and Jack Taylor, who I played against in my career. So it's been really fantastic so far.
You mentioned there just briefly that you were in the summer for quite a bit. You were sort of on a consultancy bowling coach role in the summer, and I know a lot of the lads spoke highly of you and the influence you had on them. So how do you feel like, from January, you said you'll be here from January onwards, how do you feel like you could help the team and the young players coming through?
Well, it's an exciting kind of prospect because two different ends of the scale. Some guys just come into cricket. Some guys looking to establish themselves, and there's some guys who are, who have been around and looking for international honours and looking to progress and win trophies with the club. So it's an interesting one for me to be a part of that mix and see how I can help everybody individually. So it'd be on an individual basis for what they need in their development and to make sure they get the best out of themselves as cricketers.
I think one of the key areas for improvement from last season that many people picked out was our inability to sort of bowl teams out consistently. Would you say that you would be able to help bring those young players on and give them that maturity and experience to move on their game?
Yeah, so that's one of the things that the post is about. It's about the ability to get an understanding of what we need to do in different situations against different teams in order to be effective and to be able to win games of cricket for the club. We'll sit down individually with all the players and as a group and figure out how we go about that every single game. It's not for the lack of trying. My role is to make sure that the guys have enough tools in their kit bag as bowlers to be able to do that under whatever conditions we have to come up against.
Do the group of bowlers that we've got currently sort of excite you? We've got a great mix of youth and experience, as you mentioned, the introduction of players like Marchant DeLange, David Payne, who's already here of course, and then the likes of Tom Price coming through.
Yeah, Ajit Singh as well. No, really encouraged with the variation we got with experience and the excitement of pace and the point of difference that most of them have to one another, so we can put a team together that it's not all the same, but we'll have to think differently from one bowler to the next. And the guys are all willing to and very eager to learn, and that excites me because that makes my job easier. This is a professional game, and for them to be so enthusiastic about learning new things and exploring new things and see how they can get better, it helps as a coach.
You played your club career partly at Kent and partly at Leicestershire in county cricket. Are you excited to be back in county cricket?
Yes. I was a little bit nervous when I first came on board to do some stuff just on some consultancy basis. When I got here on the first day and I looked around the ground and I was like trying to figure out where I'm going to bowl and how you bowl in the ground and all the rest of it. I was going around myself, you're not actually going to play, you're actually going to stand on the side and watch people play cricket. And that sort of brought back the feelings of being involved, not playing, but being involved in a way, from past experience of being in Namibia and being to the 90s World Cup with Namibia. It sort of brought those juices back, the competitiveness, and to see the guys go out there. And the guys have done pretty well for the time that I've been here, and I was really impressed with the enthusiasm and the effort they put in throughout the time I was here, so I'm excited about that.
So you've clearly sparked up a quite initial good working relationship with head coach Dale Benkenstein. What's it been like to get Dale on as a colleague, and how excited to work with him in the future as well in 2023?
He's very knowledgeable. He has his way of coaching. He's been around for a while. He's coached and played. I've played against him, unfortunately. I think he scored hundreds against us. We played against him for Kent, against Durham, and he's been very successful at what he does. He has a really good cricketing brain, and himself and Will Porterfield and all the other guys, like Owen Dawkins, Snelly, Tom Smith, are just all a joy to work with, and I've learned so much from them, and I'd like to enjoy to continue doing the same along with all the other sports staff that's been around.
And Gloucestershire enjoyed, quite a difficult season overall, but towards the back end of the season, our fortunes certainly picked up a couple of good wins there in the county championship. Does those sort of performances against Yorkshire and Warwickshire give you, real encouragement going into 2023?
Yeah, it's good to finish on a high. Good for the guys to see that they are capable of winning games, and that we as a group can play some really good cricket, and that's what we did. We played some really good cricket. We were thoughtful in what we did, and we had good plans, and we executed plans most of the times. That's all you can expect from them. And for the young players who come up, and it's been a tough year, to finish on a high just gives you that spur and encouragement to go into next season, knowing that something that we belong here and we can play and compete at a level.
Brilliant. Well, Robbie, thanks again for coming to chat to us today. Really wish you all the best in your new role, and we can't wait to get to know you more from January onwards.
Okay, thank you very much. Good to be here.